Welcome to another exciting, riveting episode of Let's Talk. And here, Let's Talk, we like to talk about issues that matter to you, where we try to come up with workable, practical solutions. So we have more action and less talk. I'm your host, Jason, with my co-host,
Cheryl.
And before we get into the topic of today, we had somebody tell me somebody had a birthday
Yes.
recent,
yes.
and I was
Someone
wondering
very important had a birthday. Me, of course.
Wow.
And I know you promised to sing happy birthday to me on the show today. No? Wasn't you? Okay. Yay.
Oh, wow.
So happy birthday to me.
Happy
And
birthday.
I'm still accepting gifts. So if anybody wants to give me a birthday gift, I'm more than willing to
Yeah.
accept.
Yeah.
But yes, I did have a wonderful time.
And how was it?
I had a great time. I'm grateful for life, health, and strength. I felt really loved and appreciated, and that's all I can be, thank God for.
Must be nice.
Yes,
Feeling
indeed.
appreciated and loved.
Feeling loved, yes. Blessed
So,
and
were
grateful.
there tangible displays of this love?
Of course. Why is Jason getting up in my business?
You said you want to talk about your birthday, now you're on back. Let's go. We can run with this.
Of course,
Let's
there's
go run with
always
this.
tangible expressions of love. But
Okay.
that's not what the show is about. And I think I don't know. Jason's delaying expressing
Wow.
or introducing the topic.
I thought we'd had some cake here. You understand? Because, people saying birthday, that is synonymous with cake. So
Yes.
cake's supposed to be sitting right here to let our viewers know, hey, this is what we're going to
I
partake
don't know.
of.
Maybe I'm wrong because I usually have birthday cake, but I would give the cake to persons who give me gifts. So unless you give me a gift, you don't get any of my cake. I think that's typically
listen, now, see,
how the tradition.
let me tell you, something.
is.
Ain't not much people is be blessed by my presence. Now I give this lady my presents. That's her present, and she can tell me,
Oh, dear.
that ain't worthy. Now, see, something gonna have to give. We gonna have to reevaluate this.
Everybody who's tuned in gets your presents.
No,
So I
no.
don't feel special about that at all. But I'll get some cake just for the two of you guys.
Yes, thank you so
if
much.
you promise to move on with the show.
Yeah, we can move on right now. So, now getting all that out of the way, because she would have hurt our head if we didn't mention her birthday
Yes.
online, because she wants some more attention, So don't mind her talking about
Yes.
move on with the show.
Yes.
So if y'all want to come and join us, 352-8255, 352-8255, or drop a comment in the chat. Say happy birthday to Cheryl.
Yes, please.
Or just join us for the topic today, which is...
Do good men or good women still exist in this time? Do they
Yeah.
still exist? Are they still around? Where are they?
Nah, that's I think we've been trying to get to this topic for a
For
minute,
some time now.
right? And we have two of our fire guests, commenters, viewers. That's it. Two of our hot viewers. They always have the chat lit up.
I want to call them our official co-hosts.
Yes.
Online co-hosts.
Yes.
That's Priska and Bradley.
Yes.
Yes,
And
and
they
we're-
have that chat. I hear they have that chat live.
Yes.
Right up live.
You can tell when they're not here, when they're not watching.
Yes.
Then it's not as exciting. And we're hoping to get them on the show for
Yeah,
this topic.
we need to get them here. So, Bradley and Prisco, we need you all on this one. We counting on you all on this one. This one especially for you guys.
Yes.
Do good women and good men still exist? Now, what is good? Because if you ask me, I's a good man.
Yes, and I think everybody thinks they're a good woman or a good man, no matter what your opinion of. And I think it's a matter of perspective because it's relevant. So when you ask someone, or when someone considers themselves, the person considers themselves a good man, or let me just use myself for an example. I consider myself a good woman, and then there is the person who I'm with. If they consider me a good woman, and then it would be from society's perspective of persons who know me, who can relate to me, if they consider me a good woman. And then, of course, we will go back to the biblical perspective of what a good woman is. So it's all those different perspectives on one person. And I think the most important is the standard. See, because we can say good, but we have to set a standard as to what we can all accept, a standard that we can all accept as good, and then determine if people measure up to that.
And I agree with you. We need a standard because it could go willy-nilly.
Right.
You know? But where do we get the standard from? And
Well,
who says that is the standard?
Okay.
You know?
Well, I know based on society standards, well, standards shouldn't change.
Oh,
Norms
really?
shouldn't
That's
change,
what
but
we
it
thought.
has. But it has. But, you know, and I think we would have said it before. If we want to know how the car runs, we go to the manufacturer's manual, right?
Right.
So I think only God can set the standard as to who we are as good people. And so that's where we ought to get our standard from.
I agree 100%, but we live in a real world.
Okay.
And we live with a lot of people who either don't believe or they're trying to push that standard away because they want to come up with their own standard because they don't want to be judged by
Right.
that. You know, that's too high. They want to be, in their mind, considered good. What the saying is now today, live your truth.
Live your truth.
So everybody,
Right.
it's subjective now.
That's true, because when we were growing up, there's only truth.
Right.
But now there's your truth, my
Yeah.
truth, their truth,
Which
his
is-
truth, her truth.
So it's crazy, right?
Right.
And nobody wants to take accountability for the negative or bad portion of themselves.
That's
they just
true.
want to see only the good qualities they have,
Right.
and they want you to see that and just pretend
That the bad part
the
doesn't
bad-
exist.
Exactly.
Yes.
So they want you to consider they good, and if you don't, then something wrong with you.
With you, yes.
Right.
Yes.
So
that's true. And then sometimes too, we make excuses then. We say, okay, you know, you're a good person and there's no one, and I think I've said it before, no one is without vices.
That's
So we want you to overlook the bad because nobody is perfect and just focus on the good. But I think though that morals come from, you know, even if persons who don't strictly adhere to the principles of the Bible, they do have morals which comes from the Bible as well. So you have morals, and then we can determine what good is. Another standard that we can use to determine what good is how that person treat persons around them. Okay,
Most
so
definitely.
I think that's general. We can use that generally for everyone. How you treat other people around you determines the kind of person you are.
correct.
Okay, because you can't be good in isolation. That
No.
doesn't exist, right?
What they say, a good pilot, a good captain is not considered a good captain until he can navigate through storms,
Absolutely.
right? So you can't consider yourself good until you've seen yourself in hot water,
Right.
right? To know
True.
what truly bubbles out of you, to see if you're truly good.
Or if your goodness has never been tested, then how do you know
There's-
how
it's
good you are?
Right, that's what I was
Right.
trying to say. So yeah,
Right.
so you walking around, never been battle tested, and just every day has been sun and shiny for you.
Right.
So you're good until you get put in some hot water, and
Yes.
now the rubber beats the road. So what are you gonna do? So
Like I'm a good Christian all day Sunday
yeah.
till Monday morning at
Oh yeah,
8.
you're going far
01.
Monday morning. She was ready to step on the church door.
You know, I'm speaking about me, Jason.
And I
think
was
that's the
speaking
problem.
about you.
No, that's not. No, you don't get to speak about me. You speak about
I
Jason.
thought I was speaking about you.
You see, boy.
Yeah. See, you 1 year older, so you could take the real chafing now. Understand? So you see, I was holding back a little bit now, but you're 1 year older, so
right.
I feel you could take it now. He's woman now.
Oh, okay.
He's woman now. He
Okay.
ain't no more little young child, no teeny
Oh, okay.
bopper.
Okay, I'll take that.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
So-
So, in your opinion, then, Jason, let me ask you: do good women and good men still exist?
I think they do. I think they do.
Where are they?
Well, you're looking at one right now, right?
Okay. All right.
The producer. That's another one. And yourself, I would consider goodish. You know?
Wait, he's good, you're good, and I'm goodish. We'll get back to that. But now, why do you say that you're good? Why do you say you're good, Jason? Let me just put you in the
Let me
qualify it and quantify it.
life experiences has taught me and has matured me.
Right.
So I tend to look at people now, not as black and white, as gray. When I was younger, I would hold everybody, hard and fast and things, but now I realize that we all are flawed. And we all come with, like you say, vices. So I learned to see people for where they are,
Right.
right? So I guess you would say I'm not as judgmental. So me as
Okay.
a person,
Yeah.
I'm a little bit more accepting of people now, right? And I'm more patient. And I am I'm generous. I help whoever I can help. So, and I'm faithful, I'm loyal, and I'm a hard worker. I'm a damn good father. So, these are qualities I know I possess. I'm a great man. I know that.
Right.
Nobody able to tell me this.
But
And it's
I was about to ask you, though.
And one more thing. What causes me to feel this way about myself is because my connection with God.
Right.
My personal relationship with Him and my growth. I know I'm growing spiritually. So all of these stuff I know make me great.
Okay.
I'm not the best because I still have room for improvement. I'm still growing.
Right.
Still under construction. I still have my flaws. But I know that. And I'm working on that. So that's what make me a
Good.
great man.
Okay. So what I want to ask, people around you, the people who you relate to on a personal level, can they say the same thing about you? Everything that you have said is that one or you would have heard it from someone else who's close to you.
Mind you, people told me it before I saw it myself.
Okay.
And I had to believe it. Everybody around me would say that except maybe my wife.
I'm sure she
sees
would.
she sees the real me, right?
Right.
But no, seriously, she probably would say the same thing.
Right.
Yeah, so it's not from me tooting my own horn. It's like
Right.
somebody had to say it to me 1st, and then I believed it.
Right.
You know, so it was. I was told I have these good qualities.
Okay.
And then I tried to look in the mirror and then say, is what they saying? Are they gassing me up, or is it true?
Okay.
For the most part, it was true. Some people are gassing me up, but for the most part,
Okay.
it was
They
true.
wanted something.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, since
So
Well,
now,
no, I have one
Same
more
thing.
question
Go
for
ahead.
you.
Go ahead.
I take it based on something you said that you weren't always good.
no.
So
No.
when you weren't good, how were you? What were you?
I was good at being bad.
Okay.
I was good
All right.
at being bad. Yeah, I was a man of the world.
Okay.
And what all that comes with, that was me. You know, I used what I had to get what I wanted. I didn't
Okay.
use people, but if they gave it to me, I didn't refuse it. If you catch where I'm coming from.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah, but I was selfish, not patient. I wasn't patient. Short
Right.
fuse. You whoever I'm dating, you tick me off. I see something you don't like, boom, you gone. I switching you out because I tried to hold everybody to my standard,
Okay.
and I know that you can't do that. People grow at different levels, but you can expect it. No, not expect it. What I want to say, you could look for it,
Right.
but you have to be patient in getting it.
Okay.
You know, you have to meet people where they are, and then help them to grow. Now, if you see they don't want to grow, then you just kick them to the curb. But you got to give them that
Right.
opportunity
Right.
to
'Cause
go. And I
you'd
never
want
used to
that.
give them that opportunity.
Okay.
You mess up, you already
Gone.
So yeah, I've grown. I've grown.
Okay.
So
That's right.
right back at you, Cheryl. So you the same things you've put on me.
Okay,
Do
well,
you
what's the
consider
question?
yourself a good woman, and why?
Okay. Yes, I do. I consider myself a good woman. Somebody sitting up
You say
straight in the back.
considered?
I consider
Oh.
myself a good woman, and it's because like you would have said too. I have matured over the years, and I am a lot more self-aware. I know my flaws. I know my strengths and my weaknesses,
Yep.
and I am willing to change once persons in my life would have pointed out something about me that is maybe affecting the relationship or is not causing me to be my best self. I become aware and I work on changing that. I too, I'm loyal, I'm devoted, I'm committed to the persons who are in my life. I try my very best to be the very best of anything, whether I'm at work, whether I am home, being a mother, being a spouse. I put my very best into that, and I am open to the people who are around me as to how I can be better for them. And I think I try my very best to pay attention. I wasn't always this way. I was very intolerant, short fused,
Yep.
and
I know.
I think
was me.
I do have. Some days I think I've come a long way, but I get ticked off easily sometimes, and so that's something that I'm a work in progress where that is concerned. But I definitely think, yes, I'm a good woman, and I think women who may not have all the qualities but have most of the qualities and are willing to work on the qualities that they don't have can be considered as good women.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
And I think we
So we been signaled to that we got to take a commercial break, and we will be right back after this on Do Good Women and Men Still Exist?
yes.
And we want to hear from you. Stick around.
Yo, what's up, Bahamas? My name is Andrew Williams, aka Cat,
And I'm your boy Mix
and we're representing Off the Bench, the #1 talk sportcast in the Bahamas.
in the world, my boy.
My bad partner. So
Yeah.
we cover anything sports throughout the Bahamas. We cover our Bahamian athletes wherever they are, and they're making waves in sports. We cover them.
Hey, just tune in. That's every Wednesday here on Superior Talk at 6:00 p.m. Sharp
The #1 talk show
in the world.
in the world.
Craig.
So, Cheryl, I noticed something we both said, or maybe I might have noticed. I mean, I might not have mentioned about you. I mean, about me. I think you didn't do it either, but we say what makes us a good man or woman, right? Did we say towards the other sex, like, what makes me a good man for my wife, or you make you a good?
But don't you think though that everything that we would have mentioned would
See, women and men want different
things.
You might be good woman for good women friends. All those things that I mentioned
Or-
a good man for man friends, right?
Okay,
Loyal
okay.
and patient and all this
Very-
stuff.
yes, that's a good point.
A woman is looking for something different in me to
yes,
be good.
than for your yes.
And the same thing for
absolutely.
men. Men are
That's
looking for
true.
something different in you.
in me. Yes.
What we would consider good. Now,
Yes. Because I could be a good mother and a poor girlfriend, a bad girlfriend, or a bad wife.
right, same.
I could be a good employee, an excellent employee, and a lousy mother.
Yes.
And not good to my spouse. So
Right.
you are absolutely correct.
Right.
But you know what? That's gonna take a little more talking. So let's just get the comments, and we
Yes.
definitely have to get back into this. Yes.
Definitely.
Yay! Happy birthday, me. Thank you.
Yeah, she looking for it, y'all. Keep on coming. Make up your
Thank
special.
you, Terrence. Let's get them all.
Yeah, she just loving this. Oh, these females in this attention. Look here, Big Mix in the place. Happy birthday to my favorite podcast host. Oh, Cheryl, use the favorite. Okay.
Yeah.
Next time, feeling not
When
wrong
it's
with
your
that.
birthday, you're gonna be the
I'd
favorite. Don't worry. All right.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Happy belated Mitzi. Hey, Mitzi, thanks for joining us again.
Yes.
Canuck. So,
All right. Good men and women do exist. We concur with Prisco on
Yes.
that.
B. Lord says, good is measured on moral integrity, decency, and how a person treats another.
Very
yes,
good.
Cheryl, that's
Yes,
what you said, and
perfect.
we agree on that, how you treat another.
Yes.
Yeah, Mix say
Still-
yes,
yes.
Mix still exists,
Still-
so that means good
That's
men
another
exist.
good man
That's
right there.
another good man,
Okay.
yes, Mix, I agree with you. Not a
Okay.
good man. We got all the best. P. Lord, Terrence, all the good men right there.
Right there.
Yeah.
All right, Prisca. A good person is honest, has integrity, and treats people with kindness.
Yes.
So it's pretty much the same thing. We're all on the same page, and so as we talk about good women and good men, we're going to refer to the same definition that we're all alluding to: integrity, honesty, and how you treat
How
other
you
people.
treat other people,
Right.
most definitely. P. Lord says, some people measure a person's goodness by how it personally benefits them alone, like finance and material substance.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true. Because I
You
remember
good
you
until I
talking.
can-
Yeah. You're good until I can't get what I want from you
That's right,
anymore.
man. Use the worst
And
thing in the world.
Exactly. And then sometimes too, some of us who say that we're good people, we're only good to some people.
Yes, yes.
You know, we're only good to you. Let's say you say you're a good man, right? And you're driving along the street and a female is on the side of the road, the hood of the car is up. You're a good man, and you drive past her. And some people, Jason, why don't you stop? Well, that my wife, that
That's
my mommy,
right.
that my. Some men actually think that
Yeah.
way. You know,
Honestly,
because their goodness only extends to people
Certain
who are
people they
close
know
to them
or
or people who
Who
they
could get
care
something back
about.
from, or who they could get something back
Exactly.
from in return.
Right.
And that's not good. If your good is being conditional,
Right.
like only a certain crew can get goodness from you.
Right.
But what the Bible says, it's easy to love somebody who loving you, right?
Thank you,
It's easy to
yes.
be kind to somebody who's kind to you. But what about those who
Or
against
not.
you?
Or you have nothing to gain from
Right,
that.
right.
And that's how you really
So
tell.
I don't think you could consider yourself good if you're only good to people to see it reciprocated.
Yes.
You should be good without looking for something in return.
Yes, I agree.
So now, back to the question you asked. And then another thing too. Everybody has a different version of you.
That's true.
Everybody has
That's
a different
true.
version. I see a different version
Right.
of you than your daughter,
Right.
your co-workers, everybody.
But they may see a different version of you, but the people who are close to you should know who you are.
Right.
So and they should see, just like how you said your wife really knows you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And so the people who we live with, they should really know you. They should know who you are, and even they should see all versions of you.
Yes.
The people you work with should never see all versions of you.
No,
the
they
people
won't.
who you're just friends with will never see all versions of you. But people who you're intimate with, your children, your spouses, they will know exactly who you are. And I think they can really test your goodness, so to speak.
And that's who knows if you're good or not. Your kids, your children.
Right.
Your kids would know if you're good or not because they see you when you're not really performing.
Right.
You know, when your guard is down. You know, when you're completely vulnerable. Your kids and your spouse
Right.
sees you. And but sometimes even with your spouse, you might put up a little guard around your spouse.
Right.
Just a little. You know, but your children, you tend to be kind of vulnerable in them. So they really see the really true part of you. And being good
In a relationship. Okay.
is I think that's where we want to go.
Right.
Because, you know, that was
Because
where
that's
all
what
the
people are
fire
looking
was.
for
right.
too. That's, you know, when we talk about good women and good
Good
men,
men,
that's what we're talking about too. Because like I would have said before, a lot of us, we can be good fathers and good mothers and good employees and good friends, and not good to the person that we're in a
You're good for
relationship with.
Right. You're not good for a relationship. It's cheaper to stay single.
Yes.
Because of your mindset. Oh, I'm a good man because I provide, I could provide and I could protect. You know, I'm a
Right.
good provider, I'm a good protector. But then your provision only goes so far because can you provide a woman with that emotional support?
Right.
Can you provide your children with that emotional and mental support? You know, the only thing you're good for is tangible stuff.
Right.
When it comes to being their support emotionally, if they have a problem that they're dealing with, you can't sit and talk with them
Right.
because you don't know how to encourage. You
Right.
don't know how to listen. You only know how to bark and just because you're cut off from your own emotions.
Exactly.
You know?
Unavailable.
So
Right.
he may be a good man as a provider and make sure you're safe, but then that sensitive side of him, you know, providing
It's
emotional
lacking.
support. And sadly to say, I had to admit that I lack in that area. Sensitive and that I would I don't know how to put it in the words where I'm so where
You're emotionally unavailable.
I am available.
you're-
I'm emotionally immature. Immature is
Or
probably a strong word.
unaware.
Yeah,
Emotionally
unaware, or just-
unintelligent.
right, just don't know. I'm still learning to navigate emotions.
Okay.
That right there. How to address
How to-
them.
Okay.
That's the
or
word.
choose
How to
them.
address, right. Choose them and address them.
Choose them and address
Because
them. Okay.
I'm coming from a logical standpoint, so everything I look at logically.
Wow. Even
I'm-
so are you able to see things from the other person, from the female's perspective?
I
Because
try.
usually our perspective
I
is
try.
totally different
it's
from
always
yours.
different. It's
Yes.
always different.
Yes.
Not usually. And so that's where sometimes the trouble comes in relationships when we cannot see
Yes.
from the other person's side.
And you have to be able to be relatable and to
Yes.
be able to be understanding of the other person or get to any kind of solution. You have to be able to see things from the other person's perspective.
Exactly,
or
and
through
see-
their eyes.
And where and that's what I was saying. What makes me a good man too is because I actively try to see the other person's perspective. So where I may not be able to navigate, I literally try to see it from your point.
Okay.
I might not get it right, but I can
Yes.
try. So that's where
That's very important.
Right. So and I'm always considering the other person before myself.
Okay, that's excellent, Jason.
so-
That's not a quality most of us have.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow,
But I ain't
he's
gonna
a
tell
great
you-
man.
I ain't gonna tell. That's why I say great, but I ain't gonna tell you where he falls short because then he say, "Oh no, show all that out the window, show everything
Yeah.
else out the window."
Yeah.
So I only gonna post like everybody else.
Yeah.
I'm only gonna talk about the good side, best foot forward.
We're gonna pull the bad side out. Don't worry.
No, but yeah, so in a relationship, I might be good for work, good for friends, good for my children, good for everything else. But when it comes to a relationship, You know, am I good there?
Yes.
And that's where the question is. That's where a woman, she would say,
Yes.
she's good.
But
oh, yeah, I cook, I clean.
I think,
this.
yeah,
Go ahead.
I think too, for me, I am a lot more tolerable at work, tolerant at work than I am in my relationship. And you know, a lot of
That's Sandy.
times
That's
even,
all of
yes,
us.
and I said, my gosh, if I'm able to treat the other person as I treat people at work, then I'll just be awesome.
Yes.
I'd just be awesome. But the fact is, we're so intolerant, we lack patience with the people that we say we love, and these strangers in the workplace who don't really even care about us,
Exactly.
who sometimes treat us so poorly, we claim to be the bigger person. It's
Yes.
so easy to be the bigger person there than when it's time to deal with persons in our relationship. And so that and that's for me. I've learned, and you have to, I realize you have to learn how, and I started reading books about it, being emotionally intelligent in terms of allowing people to express their emotions without having an emotion,
Oh, wow,
and then
yes.
choosing my emotions
Yes.
because I always felt like emotions choose me. They jump out in the situation. But you can hear something, you can see something, and you can choose the emotion that you are going to apply to that situation. And so that took training, and I'm still a work in progress where that is concerned, because sometimes the old Cheryl comes forth. But that's something that when you're really in a relationship with people, you have to understand and use that wisely so that you can have a peaceful existence and a peaceful relationship, because we are relating to totally different people. That's a whole other person, different upbringing, maybe different perspective on life, you know, and so we have to learn to live together. And then in a lot of cases, you'll have people existing together and not having good relationships. You have that so much in homes because people just want to keep the peace.
Yes.
And I don't think you should keep the peace. Sometimes you should break the peace just so you could get to some solution,
get
so you
deeper,
can
right?
hear each other's heart on the matter.
Right.
You know, so things will become messy, but a lot of us don't like mess. You have to
Right.
get through the mess to get to where you want to be in a
Don't like-
relationship.
Don't like confrontation.
No, men
So
don't like confrontation. You think as women we just revel in it and we just always want to quarrel. We
Always
want
looking for
solution. We're
drama.
solution driven. We want a solution at the end of the day.
I tell my, no, I ain't gonna say that. I
You get
can't
beat
go
up.
home. I
Yes,
can't go
that's
home if I
right.
say
You better keep that.
Yeah, I keep that to myself. But so it's these things right here, which you just mentioned, right? But we think a lot of us don't pay attention to that part of us, and we don't realize how it's affecting the other person. And so we think we're good,
Yes.
but they see that,
Yes.
and they can say, "You ain't good.
No, you're not.
You
Yeah.
ain't good. What you
Exactly.
thinking about?" Talk about-
Exactly.
and that's what a lot of women out there think.
Maybe somebody watching the show right now saying,
Yeah.
Shirley, you ain't know.
Yeah, that's right. So,
But-
so you got people out there. I said women, but there are people out there who just think they're good, but they ain't good. And the fact.
And that's the problem, because
Right.
if you think you're good, then you're not going to get better.
Right.
Because you feel that you have arrived.
Right.
And maybe that's why we have people who are, I guess, men who are out there looking for good women, but the women who could be better already saying, I'm good.
Yes.
And so nobody's finding each other because we are not doing the work that we ought to be doing to get where we ought to go, so we can be seen by the other person who we are trying to be with.
Like you say, she calling herself good, but the guy walking straight past her because you ain't good for him.
Right.
So,
well,
so
that's a
who
totally
you
different
good
story.
for? Who
good
you
and
good,
good for.
Who you good for? You ain't good for him. You saying you good, but he ain't good. You ain't good for him. So we have to be aware of ourselves, right? And know that we have flaws. A lot of people don't want to agree that they have flaws.
Right.
So they living in this delusion that they're good. You know, I'm a good woman because I cook and I clean and I do all this stuff. Yeah, but how do you speak to that man? How you tolerate him, but do
Yes.
you celebrate him? You know, and men, you have to know how to talk to a man in a certain way. And a lot of women, because they've gone through so much, they have lost their femininity.
Yes.
So they come into men with masculine energy. A man doesn't want another man.
Right.
He comes to the woman because he wants that soft energy. But a lot of women don't know how to dial that back because they had to struggle. And I understand that. You had to fight and claw your way to provide for your children and make it in this life work and all this stuff and still come home and then try to get yourself, and you ain't had a chance for yourself. So you just become hardened by life.
Right.
Unfortunately, the man don't want that.
Mm-hmm.
So you might say you good because you could make it through life, right?
Right.
You survived that. I good because I survived that.
Mm-hmm.
No, you good to survive, but the
You're
man
not
don't
right.
want that.
So then the end game, and I guess we'll take a commercial break. We'll come back, but are we going to conclude then that the end game is if you're not good enough for a relationship, then you're not really good?
No. You're
Oh,
not
okay.
good.
Just oh, okay.
I got it.
So we'll
got
come
it.
back right after the commercial.
You asked and I delivered. Island-ish is back. The podcast you guys have known to love, to like to call in, to like to interact with. We are officially back. For the ones that don't know me, this is your girl Yams. Hearing me on Mix 102.1 FM or your favorite TGF_Yams. With the 2 S's, we're back with Island-ish right here on Superior Talk. So make sure you're following the page. We're going live this Thursday, 6 p.m. Don't miss it. Follow us. It's about to get lit.
And we're back. Welcome back. And tonight we're talking about, do good women or good men still exist? And we're talking about women who are good for a relationship and men who are good for a relationship. So that's the basis upon which, we're referring to as good. And I think when we ended the last segment, I asked Jason that question. He said no. So I just wanted to clarify that that's what we're talking about. So we're going to take some comments.
B-Lord says, can a woman or man speak on what a good man or woman is when they constantly choose the opposite? Oh. Trying to say you want good, but you keep
want
choosing
good,
bad.
right? I think a lot of times too, though, it's because we have to change. We know what good is. We keep attracting what we always
Yes.
attracted because sometimes there's some
In
work
us,
that has to be
that's
done
right.
on us. So we're all guilty of that.
Yes.
Priska says, as a woman, a good man is a God-fearing one, an honest one, a faithful one, a hard worker, a provider, a protector. And I agree with her. And that's a man who's good for a relationship and good to be a husband.
Yes, but
And
women-
emotionally available.
the thing is, that type of man, he requires something of that woman too.
Yes.
He requires his woman to be
a
just like that.
feminine woman, he
Yes.
wants, he
Support,
wants, yes.
and she has to. She has to. So when I say a submissive one, because that means now
Right.
she has to let him lead,
Yes.
and they say they want that, but when they say when this man come, oh, he too controlling, but no, that's what you want, because he's a leader, he's a protector, he's a provider, he's the.
But Jason, there's a difference between leading and controlling, and I understand that a woman who is defensive will sometimes misinterpret leadership for control.
Right?
So you have to
See, you gotta.
you
work.
have to be aware, and
Yes.
I think women, we have to know what we want and accept what we want, because like you're saying, a man who is all of that is not going to accept any nonsense
No.
from us.
No.
But we want the man who is all of that, but we want him to take us just
the
how
way
we
you
are.
are.
And
Exactly.
that's not
You
so.
said it. You said it quite clearly,
You
Cheryl.
have to be all of that for
To
the
get-
man
to
to
be all-
get the
yeah,
man
yeah.
who's all of that.
Right.
Okay. Now Priska says the issue both sexes have is good doesn't always come in the physical package we desire.
true.
I was
That's
about to
true.
say that
That's
earlier,
true.
that you could be good on the inside,
Yes.
but
the
the
package,
outside
the package,
he ain't good.
The package,
And the same thing with the guy, because you always talk about that, Jason.
Yeah.
The guy with the big belly and the this
Yes,
whatever, and,
yes, y'all
and
look-
he's a
walk
good
straight
man,
past him.
and we walk straight past
That
him.
man
But
would give you the world.
yes, but
He'd
what,
give you the world, Cheryl. He looking for a Cheryl. He looking for Cheryl, but Cheryl ain't want him.
no.
Cool.
Mitzi says maintaining goodness is always a challenge, especially in a relationship. That's why transparency is very important,
Yes.
and that is so true.
Yes.
That is so true. And I think too, you have to be, for transparency to exist, you have to be friends. It's important that in a relationship you are friends.
Mm-hmm.
So even when you're falling off, like when you're not as good as you should be, then when a friend checks you, it's not as bad
Yes.
as, when your mate checks you. And if they're one and the same person, then it's a little softer. And I think that's important.
P-Law says the broader topic would be, what do men and women really need and desire in a mate?
Is that a different show or?
That's
or
a different show.
I guess then we,
And that would be so wild because so many people, men basically want one. Almost all men want
you
the
just
same
do-
type of
Are you-
woman.
are you doing
no, I'm
this?
gonna say in a bowl, in a
oh,
bowl,
I
in a
thought you were
shell.
doing the hourglass.
Well, we want that. I
That's
said
the
we can get it.
problem. That's the
I
problem.
said we can get
And I
it.
think,
We
no,
want that.
well,
I
his-
said we can get it.
His question is not that hard, because the same thing we're talking about, good women, good men, that's what we want. We're
Right.
saying exactly tonight what we want. We want a good man, which means then he has to be a provider, protector, godly man, a faithful man, a loyal man who's emotionally available and who can be my friend.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yes.
And that's just what you want today. Tomorrow, he got to go be a builder. He got to be able to not know when not to talk and read minds.
No.
And,
The read mind part, yes, he has
See?
to do.
See?
No, but not to know when not to talk person. I want somebody who
Not
can,
talk, not know when to talk.
I
Know
can
when, not when to
not-
give his fix. Know when to fix.
fix things.
You have to know when not to fix it.
Yes.
See that? See that?
No, but that comes along that's normal because that's an easy fix. If I'm sharing something and then you try to fix it, no. I just want you to listen right now, and that's an easy fix because we just want you to listen. We don't want you to be fixing things all
But
the time.
men, like I was saying, men just want something general. We like a pretty face and a small waist, but that ain't high on our priority list.
because that really exists anymore.
You know, it's existing now. The doctor, I'm right on the BBL City out there. but and then the makeup. So the pretty face is easy to get, but men want all natural. We prefer natural. So that's it. We prefer natural.
Bahamian men.
Bahamian men? No,
Oh,
men.
we all want it all
men.
natural.
Men prefer natural, and we want a woman to respect us,
Okay.
support us. You know, and just leave us alone
Respect,
sometimes.
support, leave alone.
Sometime and feed us, feed our
food,
sexual, our
femininity.
sexual appetite and feed our stomach.
yeah.
Yes. So, the support, that's the
Stomach.
femininity. We want some soft woman.
Yes.
Femininity. That's the all power. But that's another show. Goodness from the perspective of each gender should be based on how a person fulfills each other's needs rather than wants. Sometimes we shun the people that are good for us based on our needs, says B. Lord.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's very interesting. But I think though that we cannot overlook the physical, and men are physical beings, like you
Yes.
say. And I don't think I don't know. Maybe I should ask a man before I give my opinion. Thank you. Would a man quickly overlook a woman's physical attributes if he's not attracted to her because she's a good person on the inside?
Well, sometimes we are first visually attracted. We might not even know she good on the inside because she's not our cup of tea.
So there you have it.
But that's only at a certain age range, though. Younger men see like that. Older guys tend to look at different. We still like the beauty, but that isn't as high on our list. We now look out for the femininity. We look out for the way she speaks to people around her. We look out for
so
the way
you
she
would-
carries herself.
So you would compromise on the looks for other qualities.
Is it
then?
compromising or just not being as shallow? I don't know what you call it. Compromising. I know just maturing and compromising. So that's I guess your taste change. You mature a bit. You realizing that looks, that hot body will melt. The looks fade. So things droop. You know. So we know the reality of these things as we get older.
Okay.
Now when we young, listen, we ain't worrying about all that stuff because we young. We everything.
Right.
So we ain't got to settle for that. No, I shouldn't say settle. We have
You
options,
said
many
it.
more options. We have many more
Priska
options.
says, we have more grace for others than our partners because the expectations are different. We don't expect too much from others, but our partner who claim to love us are on a different level.
Truth, but guess what? That's why the partners who we love should get even more grace. They
Yes.
should be even more. We should give them more because we love them. And we realize that they are flawed just like us.
Yes.
And we would want them to give us that grace. So therefore, we should give them more grace and more patience. But
Absolutely.
that's not what we do. We give them less. Like you say, we give the world the better part of us, come home and give them what's left,
Right.
and then still be short with them.
Yeah.
If they mess up.
That's true.
That's so wrong.
That
the
is
plan of the devil.
Yes, I agree. Beatrice Perez saying, "Happy birthday, my love." She's talking to me, of course. May God
Really?
bless you with many more. Good topic, you guys. Always you always have a very good show. Keep it up. Thank you, Miss B.
Thank you so much,
Coming to
Miss
Haley
B.
tomorrow.
Thank
Coming
you,
for my
thank you.
birthday gift tomorrow.
P. Lord says, at Priska, sometimes our expectations are too irrational, which also creates issues. That is so true. We're looking for the Superman or the Superwoman,
Yes.
realizing not that these are humans, flawed humans just like us.
Right, and when they fall short, they deserve our patience,
Yes.
our love, and our understanding.
Yes. I love the addition to the set.
Really, Murphy?
Thanks, Murph. That's the producer. He been doing some magic around this place.
Yes. Mitzi says, goodness has to come from the heart.
Yeah, most
And
definitely.
yes, definitely agree with that. Goodness must come from the heart. And a lot of times we perform for a relationship. I believe that we perform for a relationship, and sometimes just because we get the person who has the looks that we have, and sometimes people have the outer qualities and don't have the inner
No,
qualities.
I can tell you that
and you
much.
find that out later because we don't make choices based on
Yes.
what we ought to.
Yeah, in reality, we look at the filters and we look at the whatever they putting forward, this
Right.
packaging, this wrapping. We look at the wrapping and we ain't check under the hood yet.
Right.
We ain't check the Carfax, you know. We ain't know the car didn't get right off and they then put that paint back on that then been under flood and then they come back.
Not
put
gonna
a new
pretend
paint
like I
coat
know what
on it,
Jason's talking about.
And now they selling it as almost new, you know. And next thing you go drive the clunk along.
Read the comment, Jason.
P. Lord says, a high value man would require a high value woman. You have to match what you desire. Most definitely.
I believe we're all high valued people.
Really?
Yes, and yes, I believe we're high valued people. I do agree with the part where he says match what you desire. I definitely believe in that part, but I don't think people's value is based on their finances or is based on their outward or physical features, because none of us are responsible for our physical features. God made us how he made us.
Some of us
so it
have
is what
some
it is.
control over our physical features.
I'm
Now,
not
stop
talking
that now.
about, Jason, I'm not talking about whether you go to the gym and
No,
whatever.
no, I'm talking about how
the
we
basic.
present ourselves and taking pride on ourselves, and so we have
No,
some
physical
control over it.
appearance is different from physical features, and that's
Oh,
what I was
correct.
talking about.
Okay. But
the other part, I agree with you on.
High value. No, some of us don't think we have value. The garbage we run around and do, we beat ourselves. We play in the dirt. We play in the mud, and think we are high value, like in God's creation. If that's what you're talking about,
Right.
But when what we do to ourselves devalues us. Sleeping around, abusing drugs and alcohol, and just beating your body up lowers your value. So, lowers your value in God, not in God's sense, but lowers your value towards humans.
Well, I was talking about the term as I know of it to be used. So we don't have to spend too much time on that. Let's move on.
Happy birthday, Cheryl, says Andrew Williams.
Thank you, Andrew. Thank you.
Thanks for joining, Andrew. But that's Cat? Oh, Cat.
Yes.
I know your government name like that. It's Cat. Men only desire and need respect, love, loyalty, faithfulness, sex from a woman, and sex from a woman. Women desire
1,000 things from men and more.
No, B-Lord.
That is
1,001, B-Lord. 1,001. Let's get it
true.
right.
That is true. But then we know this. We know
No,
this,
no,
though.
we all know we simple, but y'all refuse to
No.
do it.
Wait, what?
Huh? I know.
Yeah, you're acting
It's
simple now.
lopsided.
No, but I'm saying, you know men, you know what women desire. We know what men
No,
desire.
we don't know what y'all desire.
No, what I'm saying, we desire a number of things.
Yes.
You know that it is lopsided, and the requirements, we do have a lot more expectations because God didn't make us all the same. We're a different species. We are totally different.
Right.
And you want
And
a woman.
men know this, but
you
men
want a woman.
don't. Men
It's
still
just
don't.
like when you decided to take on the job that you want. It came with some things.
Right.
Right.
If you're smart,
There's
you do some
good-
research.
There's some good benefits, and then there's some other, maybe the work hours you don't
Drawbacks,
like,
yeah.
maybe you don't like the overtime,
Take
maybe you
the
don't
good
like
with the
whatever.
bad, yes.
Right. So you take the good with the bad. The same thing with relationships, especially because if you're in a relationship with somebody who you claim to love, then You do the 1001 because at the beginning you had no problem doing the 1001 things in the beginning.
No, that's not true now, Cheryl.
Oh, really?
That's not true.
Oh, okay.
You all know you don't let everything out in the beginning. So some things come along
But
the
you
way.
know things will come along.
So prepare for it.
Yes.
God says, men are physical because we're driven to procreate. Mandate from the Almighty. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, yes. Okay. Priska says, no, at B Lord, that list is in your head because many men cannot live up to the few expectations women have for them. Women are not as complicated as we're made out to be.
Nah, see,
And
you
that
and
is the
Cheryl
truth.
disagree in
No.
Priska, because Cheryl just said, yes, we have 1,001 things. Now Priska say, no, that's not true.
Yes, but they're not complicated things.
Oh,
they're simple things.
Priska
They're
say y'all don't even have
1,001
it.
single
Priska say y'all don't even
simple
have
things.
that.
We're on the same wavelength.
No.
We're just saying it differently.
No, sir.
We're just saying it differently. But no, we're not as complicated. And the thing is, I think anyway.
Women
I'll say that.
Women have very high expectations, yours, and many times
Yes,
it's
we
not
do.
realistic. Many times not realistic. It's not grounded in reality. So in your head, y'all have this man created,
Oh, boy.
and then y'all take the man and funny y'all and y'all try to make him to fit that man in your head. And then when we don't fit it, then you complain and say he's see, sorry.
Yeah, I was just asked recently if we believe if women have fairy tale expectations.
Of course you do.
And I
course
said
you
yes
do.
because we grow up with these fairy tale romance novels. We read romance novels,
And-
the
and
Harley Quinn romance, and then Hollywood. All of these
And then
fairy tale
Instagram and social
expectations.
media just taking
All
it to the
of-
next level.
Right,
And you're still
so
following it.
we have this romance expectations from relationships, and a lot of times reality doesn't pan out that way.
And so, but
And
it's so. Go
and
ahead.
a lot of times the relationships that Hollywood push, the ones that are given the spotlight, are not based on morals or anything that we are expected to live our lives by, or even within the confines of our relationships today. So it is important for us to keep it real, so to speak.
And can y'all actually do that?
Yes.
Brody says either complicated or irrational. Irrational. It's unfortunate that you feel that way, but I disagree. Oh, there they go.
They're gonna agree to disagree.
Yeah.
But I think in a lot of cases, no, women can keep it real. Yes, we can.
You can, because
Yes.
you have no choice to. But do you do it?
Of course we do.
No, that's
Of
why
course we
Priska
do.
said we don't meet the expectations that we.
The few expectations.
Right, because the expectations that many of you have are not realistic. And it's so unfortunate, right?
Give me
that
one, Jason. Give me one
The
expectation.
mind reading thing. I don't have to go no further than that. Go ahead.
We don't
Rebut.
expect you to read our minds. However,
There
there's
it
some
goes.
things that are typical. There's some things after you've been with a woman for a number of years. There's some things that you should know. You should know what
But
she
if
likes
I've been
to
with her
eat.
a couple years.
If
But if
I
I've
say
been
I'm
with her for
hungry,
years.
if I say I'm hungry, we've been together for years. Gosh, you don't have to ask me what I want to eat. You could just go and get me something to eat because you've known me. You know what I like
No,
to eat.
Cheryl.
Why is this a conversation?
You don't like it that day. Today I
No.
don't feel like it.
No,
That's why it's always a struggle.
No, that's
okay,
the problem.
okay. If that's the case,
If I say,
and you know what you like to eat, if I know what you like to eat, and I ask you what you like to eat, why is it a problem for you telling me?
listen, it's not a problem. What I'm saying, a lot of times we complicate things. If
See, you just said you
ask
ain't complicated.
No, I'm not
See?
saying men complicate things with the extra question, because if I'm on the phone and I said, okay, babe, can you get me something to eat? Okay, that could have been the end of the conversation. It doesn't have to continue with what do you want to eat, because that
He
means
wants
I'm going
to
to think
please
now
you.
and
He
then.
wants to make sure that you're satisfied. So he said,
Whatever
what you
get,
want.
If I say get me something to eat, whatever
That's
you
you.
get, I will be grateful.
Oh,
I will
KFC,
not.
I didn't feel like KFC today.
No,
I had
there's
KFC
no
yesterday.
way. There was no way I'm going to not stipulate what I want and then complain about what I get.
That's
I'm
you,
not-
Cheryl.
Yes.
That's you.
No, that's any sensible female.
Oh, so you hear that? Any sensible female
Yes.
will not complain if something is brought for them and she did not specifically say what she want. Any sensible female. So that's a challenge.
You
right
have
there.
to be silly if you don't say what you want and then complain about what you get.
Ooh.
That's immature and inconsiderate
Oh,
and
Cheryl, you
silly.
get cancelled. You can
That's
get cancer.
okay. I can take it.
As
I'm
woman per
older
year,
now.
you get. Oh yeah, that's right.
I
You're a year
think-
older, you can speak.
I think we have to go to commercial
Listen,
break.
the commercial now.
We'll be back.
We'll be right back after this break.
Greetings and welcome to Superior Talk Bahamas. My name is Yvette Swain, and I am here with the Sword Sharpeners Prayer Network. We meet every Monday at 6 p.m., where we dive into the Word of God to see what He would say to us. You are welcome to join us. That's every Monday at 6 p.m. here on Superior Talks. God bless you, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Bye-bye.
And we're back.
Yes.
And we strayed off the topic a little bit because Cheryl said, give her one thing that they expect men to do that it's not grounded in reality. And I said, reading the mind. She said, women don't expect that. However, that's what she said. However,
No, Jason. That's just really. It's the same thing goes. We do it, you know. That's why we do it. We read your minds. If
How?
there many
because we
times-
simple, we don't have nothing. If we say we like,
no, we rarely ask you what you want to eat.
because you know why, we can eat
We
whatever
go-
you bring. Whatever you bring,
No.
we can eat it and we can be happy with it. And we
Okay.
can thank you for it. Now see, but Joel, I had it 2 days ago. Yeah, it wasn't
I
that
don't know.
good
Maybe
last
because I'm a
time.
practical person.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking.
And so
No, I don't.
I'm not. So give me another one. Give me another
you
false
say one.
expectation. Give me one more. Anyway, we're talking about good men and good women.
Okay, I can give you one more. You complain to us with a problem. We fix it. You know that.
We talked about this already.
No, see, but you say give you another unrealistic expectation. When I come to you, if I come to you with a problem, I'm looking for feedback. I'm looking for you to just, oh baby, you can be all right. You can be, or it's for you to just get it off. We can actually say, I just want to vent. We say, men most of the times, men say what they want, how they feeling. That's how you can say men are simple. Because we wear everything out in the open.
Right.
So that's the difference right there. That's reality. But y'all want us to know this. But that's a woman's program. If that makes y'all feel better to know that, say, hey, he actually did this without me telling him, right? It makes y'all feel that he's paying
Yes,
attention.
Yes. That's very important. Yes.
But if he gets it wrong, oh, you don't know me at all. See, and that's the problem. See, we trying to avoid problems just to get it straight. Listen, tell me what you want. Tell me how you like it. I don't have no problem with you
No, I
controlling,
think-
coaching me like a child and talk to me like a 7-year-old. I won't get it right.
But
I
I
will make
think-
sure you happy.
No, but I think though, any person wants to know that the person knows them. I think that's a gift in itself. You want to know that the person knows you. You want to know that he knows me, that he knows what my favorite color is, what I like to eat, where I like to go, and so you don't have to be
Yes.
telling the person. No, it's disheartening and annoying to have to be telling someone how you feel, what you like, what you want to do all the time. You're together for years. You're supposed to learn the person. And that's a part of loving someone.
I agree with
Right,
you to an
so-
extent.
so
So
that's-
therefore,
I don't think that's unrealistic.
therefore, a woman should match that
I
same
think women
energy.
are very good at that.
No.
Women are very good at taking care, and I think it's embedded in us. It's a part of who we are.
Women are
taking care of our men, the men
The
in
way
our
y'all
lives,
feel,
in our lives.
no.
So that,
The
so
way
that
you
means-
feel, the way you feel, you want to take it,
that
not the way he wants
means
it.
Learning him, knowing him.
Cheryl,
and
you hear what I said?
going
I said
forward.
something. I said something
I
quite
didn't
clear
even hear
just
what
now,
you said.
and that's why I want to repeat it.
I know what you. I heard you.
Take care
I
of
heard
women.
you.
A lot of women take care of their men, but they take care of the men they
Based on-
feel
yes.
they want to be taken care of, right? And just for
Some
peace sake,
women do that, yes.
For peace sake, the men accept it. But if you ask him, he may say, well, no, I prefer a cup of tea rather than coffee. But because you bring him coffee and he wants to keep the peace, he'll take it. And he'll make you think that's the best thing you're doing.
Richard, who's the so the problem is
if you was paying attention, you
a lot of
realize
times
that he
he's not paying attention.
See,
Men
no,
are just
no,
not
see?
expressive.
No,
we
you,
know
no,
you claim that.
Cheryl, no, Cheryl, you say
Jason,
you're very
y'all
good.
claim that. Y'all claim the not expressive part.
No,
but I'm saying
Cheryl.
a lot of times men do that. They do things. They let
Cheryl,
things go just to keep the peace.
Men tell y'all
Don't
We
keep the
prefer
peace.
natural.
Say you prefer the
Ben
coffee.
tell y'all we
or the
prefer
tea.
natural. Y'all say that ain't no true. We tell y'all we don't like these wigs and we don't like all this makeup and stuff. That ain't no true. Why you always looking
You
at
just
women?
don't like it on your person, on
See,
your
yeah?
woman.
See, you telling us, I telling you, and you telling me we don't like it. See, that's what I'm telling you. We
But
tell you, Cheryl.
you're right,
We tell
okay.
y'all, and because y'all figure, no, it got to be a little bit more than that. So y'all
No.
go with that, but y'all go with your head rather than going with what we actually say. So you know what we say? Okay then, let's just to save peace. I mean, keep peace. Let her keep thinking it. See?
No.
But anyway, we
That's
straight.
still a problem. Yes,
we
'cause I
straight
don't know,
off.
Jason,
we
you've been-
straight off.
you
a
straight
long,
off.
We're going off on a tangent long.
But a good man is understanding both persons, a good man and a good woman. They're understanding and they learn the person that they're with. Try to understand the person
Yes.
that they're with so that they can better serve the person that they're
Yes.
with. And yes, I do believe that women, sometimes we do that. We do try to serve the man how we feel that he should be served. We do things that we think that we want to do, that we feel that he should be happy about. And then if he's not, then
Oh, Paul was
you know
fine.
he's ungrateful.
Yes, Paul was fine. So that's
or
why
we're
we just take it.
disappointed.
So
Or
that's
we're
why we just
disappointed
take it.
sometimes. So it's all about learning and understanding the other person. Because if the end game is being a better spouse,
Right.
then you need to put the work into learning who the person is so you can be a better person for them.
So we could say, and I think we could agree with this: a good person for a relationship is a teachable person,
Yes.
a person who actually
Yes.
listens. So if you can't
And
listen,
self-aware.
right?
Because you can tell me something. If I'm self-aware, you can tell me something about me, and I'll be like, "Yeah, Jason, I really have that problem. I need to work on that."
Right.
But a lot of times
Right.
we're not self-aware, so we become
We
defensive.
don't want to be self-aware. We don't want to see our flaws. A lot of us don't want to see
Mm-hmm.
our flaws. We don't want to be accountable for our flaws. So we sweep them under the rug. And
Yeah.
you better don't bring them up, because when you bring it up, you as a complainer, you just picking on me. You don't
Yeah.
know, you're ungrateful.
And you're imperfect.
Yeah, like, you ain't perfect.
Yeah.
You meet me like this. I was always like this, and I ain't changing for you.
Yeah. But if you and I think the takeaway from today is you we have to do our introspection. If those of us who are out there who say, okay, if you want a good man, and you know, if you're already taken, then you got to fix yourself. You already with God's other creation, so you better be a good person to that person. But if you're out there and you're dating and you don't have someone yet, and you want a good man or you want a good woman, you have to do an introspection to say, okay, am I a good woman?
Exactly.
What makes me a good woman? And if I would suggest that you ask one or two men.
Yes.
I think because
No, ask the ones who don't want nothing from you. Because a man who don't
Absolutely.
want nothing from you, he'll tell you the truth.
That's true.
Now, if he wants something from you, he'll tell you
Take
this
it
is
from
the sweetest
Jason.
thing.
That's a guy. That's right. And don't ask females, because we're not very good sometimes at being honest about the right things, because we want to protect
Yeah, you
each
can't
other's
get
feelings.
take. Your woman can't get
So
take.
ask a guy like Jason, say, who doesn't want anything from you? Am I a good woman? What makes me a good woman? What's good about me? You know, and the same thing for guys. You think you're a good man. You
Right.
ask yourself, are you a good man? What makes you a good man? And then go ask two other females who don't want anything from you,
Yeah.
or who you haven't been giving anything to.
That's right.
then you know that will help you to determine and ask them too. Because if we're serious, we'd want to know. Ask them too. What can I work on? What do you think I need to work on?
You know, Cheryl, I agree with everything you're saying. But what I take away from it, you have to first want to be a good person.
Yeah.
Truthfully, you have to be accountable. You have to actually want to know what your flaws are.
Yeah.
Because we all have them.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then we have to be a listener and be willing to accept what's heard, the hard stuff,
Yeah.
and work on what we hear.
Yeah.
You really want to be a good person or a better person, because you might be good, but all of us can be better. So if you want to be better, you have to be open to hear what needs to be here. You got to be open to
Yeah.
hear the hard stuff, right?
I agree.
So be a learner, be a listener, and be willing to work on yourself. You
Yeah.
have to give off what you want.
Yeah.
So, you want a good woman? You want a good man? What makes you deserve a good woman or a good man? Not because you say it. do you actually deserve a good woman or a good man? What makes you think that? You know? So put that forth. Like
Yeah.
you say, ask somebody and ask somebody who can tell you the truth.
Yeah.
And then build yourself. Make sure you are that good person because the person who you want requires and deserves a good person. Like Prisca says, that leader, protector, provider, good listener, that loyal, faithful person. He comes with something. He's expecting something. So he ain't want that all right person.
Right.
If he's a good man, he want a good woman. If
Like-
she's a good woman, she want a good man. So
Like
make
B.
sure
Lord
that,
says, match what you desire.
yeah, match the energy you desire. So
Yes.
until you reach that level, don't go looking for them people. You only gonna hurt their head. So make yourself better. All of us could do it.
Absolutely.
So this has been Let's Talk. Thank you for joining us, guys. We'll see you again next week, same time, same place. Have a great day.